What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Our channel. Today, I wanted to talk about remote working in 2022, specifically from a van or pop-up camper. I've gotten a few questions from people asking how I get internet, how it is traveling while working. Yeah, I thought I'd just make a video for you guys and kind of tell you all about my experience and how, I've been remotely working from my camper van this summer. For those that don't know me, I'm Kira and this is Milo, and let's get into today's video. Today I wanted to start off by talking about just kind of a background on my job and what I do. So I have been remote working for this company since last April 2020, and it's a really small company, so it's super flexible. It's just my boss, me, 3 coworkers, and a couple of freelancers. So I do Facebook and Instagram advertising for women online entrepreneurs. Basically, if they have an online course to sell, I create Facebook and Instagram ad campaigns to sell those courses. Of course, you can do that from anywhere. You just need a stable internet connection and a laptop and all your basic digital nomad needs. It's really nice because it's a small company, so it's flexible in that they don't really care my time zone or where I am, as long as I get my work done and I show up to our meetings. Obviously, the rest is just up to me. So it's super nice. I don't need to, clock into a big time management system or anything like that. That being said, the main things that you do need if you're thinking of working remotely and doing it from a van or a camper or a trailer like this, you need to make sure that you have a good, stable Wi-Fi connection. But one solution to this is to purchase a phone plan that has unlimited data, and then you literally just hotspot your laptop to it. So even when I was working in campgrounds, like right now, I'm in a campground in Vancouver Island, and there's no Wi-Fi here, but I can still work because I'm hotspotting to my phone. The only issue with this is if you are streaming a lot of videos or doing a lot of stuff that takes up a ton of data, this may not be a great solution for you, because I noticed that, say I'm streaming Netflix or something, or trying to upload a YouTube video, it takes up a lot of data from my phone. And with these phone plans, generally you only have a certain amount of gigabytes at full speed before it goes and drops down to the lowest speed possible, really, which happened to me last month, and it was horrible. I had to go work I had to go find Wi-Fi to work, because for a few days at the end of the month there, I just it wasn't working out so well for me, because I used up all my data streaming Netflix, which I didn't even think about at the time. Now I'm very conscious. If I want to watch a movie one night, I will make sure to go to Tim's or Starbucks and download them with Wi-Fi. And then when I'm watching Netflix, I'll just turn on airplane mode and just use no data while I watch my downloaded episodes. So the main one thing you need is Wi-Fi connection, which you can get through your phone. If you are someone that needs lots of uploads for videos and whatnot, then you might just have to kind of contain your traveling to places with good Wi-Fi. So a lot of the campgrounds I've been on have actually had decent Wi-Fi. This one, just in particular, on the island in general, there's not great Wi-Fi everywhere. So so for me though, it's been no issue. So that's been fantastic. The second thing I want to mention is just the basic equipment that you need to work remotely from a camper. You need your laptop, of course. You need your laptop charger. And the one thing that I don't have that I'd recommend is to get some sort of a solar powered charger or a battery charger that lasts for a long time once you charge it. I only have one charger that is only good for my phone. It only has the USB connectors, and it's only good for one charge. Being in a place right now where I don't have electrical hookups, it's been really frustrating. I have to plug my laptop in at lunchtime because it lasts only about 4 or 5 hours. I'll charge it fully during the night at the charging station, and then I'll work 4 or 5 hours, and then I'll go charge it halfway for a lunch break, and then continue working after that. If you're able to buy some sort of a solar powered or big battery powered block where you can charge your laptop, your phone, basically charge everything, that is key. I borrowed this inverter from my stepdad. It basically takes the power from the battery, so from my trailer battery. I just hook it onto the battery, and then basically if there's charge in the battery, it will invert that into the little block, and then I just plug my laptop and phone in there. And it was working for the first, couple of days, but I guess it drains the battery from the trailer quite quickly. So unless I'm driving and recharging the battery, it's a flat battery now. So yeah, so I can't use that anymore. But that is also a good option if you have like a trailer battery, obviously, like I do, or if your van, you can hook it up to your van battery or your car battery. The only issue with that is you don't want to kill your van battery, especially if like that's your main way to get around. So for me, killing my trailer battery is not a big deal because I have my car battery, obviously, that I can recharge it with if I need to. Those are the two things so far. So you need a fast Wi-Fi connection, and then you need along with, of course, your laptop and all that stuff, you need a solar powered or battery powered charger. The third thing that you need is basically to limit yourself to travel in high service areas. So of course, if you are going to take your van or your camper off-roading and you're going to go all the way into the rural mountains of Utah, I don't know, and there's no service on your phone, well, you're not going to have any Wi-Fi service to hotspot your laptop to. So you're sort of limited to travel where there's signal because, yeah, no signal, no working. Makes sense, right? Because a lot of you might be working for yourselves. You might not need to do the full like Monday to Friday working online thing, or maybe you do. But so for me, I'm not quite working full-time hours, but I still kind of need to be available like that Monday to Friday, 8 hours schedule. So for me, it's really important to be able to have that service constantly, sort of. Like I need to always just be making sure that there's no fires for my clients, that nothing is broken or yeah. So I always need to be able to reach the internet Monday to Friday. So if that's not you, if you're somebody who works for yourself, say you are a YouTuber, content creator, Instagrammer, something like that, and you really only need Wi-Fi when you're like uploading stuff, then obviously you're way more flexible for traveling. But for me and for people who work remotely for somebody else, you are going to need to stay in those high service Wi-Fi areas. The good thing about working from my camper compared to if you were working from a van is the fact that I have so much more space. So I know that my top thing that I wanted when I was looking at either a camper or a trailer was that I wanted to have a table and a bed separate from each other, because I know that quite often in a van or in like a hard trailer, when they're smaller, you have to convert the bed into a table. And because I'm doing, 8 hours of work every day, I really wanted a separate space for my desk. So one thing to consider if you're thinking about working remotely from your van or your camper is, this space that you'll need. So if you are like me working 8 hours, then you kind of should think about having a separate table. Or if you're just like a content creator and, you don't need to be like at your computer online for 8 hours every day, then you can probably go with the bed table combo where you're not needing to redo the bed and redo the table every single day. That is definitely something to note. But yeah, overall, my experience has just been really lovely. I've traveled this summer, so I started in the beginning of June. So I started in Winnipeg, which is in the very middle of Canada. And actually, I recently learned it's in the very center of North America. East to west, it's in the middle of Canada, and north to south, it's in the middle of America and Canada. So that's pretty cool. So if you're not familiar with Winnipeg, that's my hometown. Yay, go Winnipeg. And yeah, so I started from there and then I went over to Montreal. So I drove all the way 24 hours through Ontario and then to Montreal, all while working, which, I didn't have any issues. Everything was great. Everything was perfect. I would just work during the day and then drive like 4 or 5 hours at night, or drive maybe 8 hours like on the weekends if I needed to. That went super smoothly. And then I went from Montreal back to Winnipeg, also again working along the way. I think I did it over a long weekend too, so it was a little bit less stressful for me, just more driving and less working. And then now I've come from Winnipeg all the way over to Vancouver Island on the west coast. So yeah, I've I've literally driven all across Canada except for the very east coast. I have not done yet, which I won't do this summer. That would be a little too crazy for me to go all the way from BC over there. The only thing is that, you know, you have to be aware of things that might come up. Like I've had a couple of pop tires that have hindered my ability to go as quickly as I wanted to. Yeah, it's just all about planning your time right, really. But if you have a job where you can do remotely and you're worried about, oh, I don't know if I can do this from a van or from a camper, I don't know if like if traveling is okay while I do it, 100%, especially if you're in the States and you don't get the brutal winters that are coming up like we do in Canada, 100%, go buy yourself a van, go buy yourself a camper, go do it if that's your calling, because honestly, there's no time like the present. If the pandemic has taught me anything, it's that you should live in the moment and, you know, do what makes you happy. Because if you're sitting at home feeling stuck and feeling sad and like, oh, I have this job where I can go anywhere, but I'm just sitting at home and I would love to have, you know, the van life, but I don't know if it's for me. Do it. You're going to have no regrets, especially if you're able to already work remotely. There's so many people that would kill to be in your shoes, you know, to be in my shoes. So I definitely am not taking it for granted. I'm so happy that I get to work however, wherever I want. And it's amazing. Some days, of course, are worse than others, but in general, like, it's just been fantastic. So yeah, those are my tips for you if you are working remotely or want to work remotely from your camper or your van. And yeah, I hope you guys found them useful. Drop a comment below if you have any questions at all. If you've made it to this far in the video, we're gonna do a new secret code word so I can see who's watching. If you've watched until this point, use the code word coffee below, okay? So comment coffee, and yeah, then I get to know who's watching to this point in my videos, which is kind of fun and exciting. Yeah, guys, thanks so much. And if you have anything else to comment, curious about remote working, about traveling in a camper van, anything at all, leave your comments below. It's been an epic 2 months so far, and I can't wait for basically the last month of summer now. We have like 1 month, well, actually, it's like almost fall. It's the end of August right now, so yeah, okay, guys. Enjoy your days and chat in next week's video. Okay, ciao.